This is your 4x4 and we're taking you with us on our 5-part border track adventure. We've already seen some of the best dunes and desert country Victoria has to offer and watched the sun meet the horizon over the plains of the state's northwest corner. This third leg of our adventure sees us finally hit the border track, and with some of our vehicles already feeling the strain, we're hoping it doesn't hit back. Your 4x4 is presented by Iveco, Trek Hardware, ARB, Cooper, Piranha, Nava and Carryboy.
A little bit of an early start this morning, out of camp by 8. That's in vehicles loaded, heading off. Last night at the sheep station, took the role of getting Mike's swag off his roof to set up for him. I let go of one of the strapping. It flicked around, hit the side window, and all we heard was a big smash. So Mick's really happy with me at the moment. Little life lesson, don't try to do good things for people because it just doesn't work.
We headed off from camp early and went and had a look at the crater that's nearby. And quite fascinating actually to see this crater just in the middle of a paddock.
Completely dry, no water in at the moment, but a really thin crust, and it didn't take much to get down to this really deep, dark, rich black mud.
Unfortunately, a few clowns have driven past the no vehicle access sign and actually driven into the crater and got themselves bogged, and they've actually made a bit of a mess of it. Very disappointing to see.
You don't drive in places where it says no vehicle access. There is more than enough challenges out here without looking for trouble. And driving through the middle of a boggy crater meteorite hole is just damn right silly.
Hopefully over time we can educate these people and stop this sort of thing from happening.
One of the safety requirements when you're travelling on the border track is a sand flag. Now we've got one of the Piranha ones here. First of all, it comes with 3 sections. So depending on the height of your vehicle, you've got plenty of options for height. It simply screws together, you attach it to your vehicle with a compressed air fitting, and it comes with a carry bag, which means it's nice and clean and stores away easily.
We've all got sand flags in our vehicles. It is a legal requirement here on the border track for safety reasons. So we've all got them fitted and fitted correctly.
You need to have the gear, the sand flags, etc. The sand flag obviously gives people an opportunity to see you coming over the dune or cresting the dune before the car gets there.
They need to be 2.1 above the height of your vehicle as a general regulation, so that any vehicles approaching from the direction coming, they can at least catch that first, just to prevent any form of collision.
You must ensure if you're going to travel this area, carry all the proper equipment that you're supposed to.
Over the years, I've done a few little sections of the border track, but never the entire length. So I'm pretty excited to get onto it and give it a good crack. It's got some long straights, some sandy sections, some ups and downs, and hopefully a little bit of mud to play in. You've got to be prepared. You've got to be ready for the adventure, and that's what we're here for. So let's get cracking on the border track.
What makes the border track so iconic is its position, the dispute over the border as well, and where it should lie and where it does lie. Being so close to Adelaide, it's probably the closest four-wheel drive track, national park, wilderness area that we can get out into that's not on private property. I've bought the ARB Hilux. It's probably one of the newest additions to the fleet. From front to back, it's got virtually everything that you can possibly ever need. Bull bar, spotlights and winch up front, recovery point, under vehicle protection. It's also got the side steps, the ARB Summit Raw rear step tow bar. This is my first opportunity to get off-road with the Hilux. So looking forward to that.
We've just started on the border track. This part of it's just been up, down, a few dunes, a few rocks, that sort of thing. But as we head further south, we expect it to get more challenging. So we're really looking forward to that this afternoon.
So far, awesome. Just trying to deal with the dust and keep distance between vehicles because it just finds its way in anywhere. But everyone's all ready to go and raring to get more of the border track under the tyres.
Travelling with a convoy of mates is always lots of fun. And with a few larrikins on board, there's always a prank just around the corner. And the victim this time was Stephen from ARB.
Have a look what they've done here. I always get a bit nervous when Mike and Luch sneak off a bit early on their own. Ironically, it looks like they've used my own cable ties in the footwell there.
Now, Stephen was off walking, doing his daily exercise, and I saw this Italian guy. He was small, short, with a bit of a kind of a bung-looking suspension leg, and he went to the car with a series of tie devices called cable ties. I can't believe you put me into it. Oh, you gotta love it.
It's all Mick's fault. It's always Mick's fault. Since he joined this group, it's been nothing but trouble. But we got back at Mick. We found a sheep's head. We've cabled that to his bull bar, so that's giving him some stick, which is good.
The remoteness of the border track offers unique terrains that even the most prepared vehicles can struggle to conquer.
This is the section of border track that I really wanted to get onto. I got stuck on this, made a wrong turn a few years ago, and just set in my mind that we've got to come back and do some filming because this is just sensational.
It's an interesting track. I did it on a motorbike when I was about 50, so that's a lot of years ago, and it was absolutely brilliant.
Very interesting dune section ahead, Al. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options. I reckon I'm going to go for a diff lock.
That was easy.
He's going.
No,
Oh, man, look nice and easy. Good job, Jeff.
Oh, check out the back wheel clearance. It's right up in the air.
We're coming to you, Stephen.
I've been waiting for a chance to use this rear winch. Let's see how it goes.
I think I've got to get out and have a look at this. This is too much fun.
He hooked up the winch, pulled me through. I bulldozed it basically for the rest of the team to come through and take it nice and easy.
Out of the way, guys! 80 series.
With everyone successfully climbing the sand dune and the day wrapping up, the Your 4x4 convoy headed back to Murrayville, keen for a campfire and the comfort of Jacob's Well Retreat.
Out here in the Mallee, in the middle of some four-wheel drive country. My wife and I run this for about 5 or 6 years. Pretty classy accommodation, so it's all en-suited and pillar-top beds and air-conditioned TVs, the whole lot. In the next couple of months, we'll get up to having 10 rooms so we can cater for bigger groups. The kitchen dining room's commercial. We've got our little church room, which is a conference room, which can be hired out with data projector facilities and sound systems. Got garden areas, amphitheatres and stuff, so plenty of places for the kids to run in family groups, and mum and dad can sit on the deck and read their books. Everyone that comes here said, wow, it's peaceful, it's really quiet and it's lovely in that respect. My wife and I, Faye, we'd love to see you next time here in Marvel, so pop in and have a cuppa and say g'day, that'd be wonderful.
When you're out here on the tracks and four-wheel driving, having fun, mechanical issues can happen, and obviously we've suffered that with poor old Luch's car.
Quickly, Alan diagnosed the problem that it was the alternator. Alternator itself just wasn't giving enough power into the battery.
Everyone's been great, just wanting to help, fixing, suggestions, just brainstorming really. And in a group like this, it's great to have all that knowledge.
Hey Mike.
Hey Simon.
We've just finished the strut. We're going to give the alternator another crack now. We've got smoke coming out of it and it's bloody hot to touch.
I don't fancy our chance of getting an alternator.
We have found one in Adelaide. We can get it in tonight. We'll get the car on the road again.
With Stephen heading off to Adelaide and Luch's car immobilised, the adventure had come screeching to a halt. Luckily for the crew, hosts Kim and Faye graciously offered shelter for another night.
Rather than sit around and do nothing, we thought we'd come out just south of Murrayville, go and have a bit of fun. The hill was very soft and powdery. We all tried different scenarios.
Some failed the first shot, so tried something else. Tyre pressures.
Diff locks on, starting fast, driving slow.
There was a huge sense of achievement when you got to the top of the mound. Everybody cheered everybody else on and it was great to see. And the cars were working to get up there.
媳妇儿这个她在爬这个大沙坡的时候呢，在国内呢基本上也没爬过这种大的沙坡，但是我觉得媳妇儿开的这个还是挺棒的，因为能有这个胆量嘛，开的也不错。
Everyone had a good crack at this sand dune, and I thought there's only one way I'm going to get up here. I'm not going to embarrass myself anymore.
So old Mick jumps in my car as I'm letting tyre pressures down on his car, which he requested me to do. And he flogged it, the Muppet, went up the hill. I'm pleased that he had to go and couldn't get up, but now it's all on me. One go, up.
I got up to 3/4 again and failed. So I went back to my Chinese friend and he showed me exactly how to get it up there.
你坐，麦哥，你坐，你坐。没戏。气压多少？
有个问，
这轮胎是多少啊？我看一眼，
What you need？
我看看气压，可能气儿太足了。
Ready?
Ready?
Yeah! Let's do this!
Hard into first gear. Flat out, 60 in the second. Hard over right crest.
Caution, pedestrians, flat 60, hold it flat. Hold it flat, keep it going, hard flat right, 6,000 pounds, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Keep it going, 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 yeah! China, 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 yeah!
Yeah!
爬这种大坡的时候呢，如果对于一个初学的越野者来说呢，它其实是一个挺大的一个挑战。所以呢，就是我们在选择驾驶这个路线的这个时候呢，我们我是用的是低速四驱，我觉得低速四驱扭矩大吧。如果我要选择高速的话呢，它会蹦得厉害啊，所以呢，我觉得这边的这个大沙坡还是挺好玩的，挺有意思的。
The language barrier is no problem, and that sense of achievement just runs across the whole group, and it's been great.
With the experience that Ewan has shared to us, all of us actually made it to the top and quite a few times. It really came down to understanding what the car needed from us, and the view from up there is just amazing. I think it must be one of the highest spots in the area.
Oh, good work.
Threateningly low tyre pressures were needed to tackle the soft sand on this tricky hill. We had plenty of fun taking on the challenge to get to the top. However, it was getting down that had us in all sorts. The Nava Raptor needed a tread recovery and the daily 4x4 popped a bead. But with a little bit of teamwork and expertise, we were ready to get back on the tracks in no time at all.
After all the fun in the sand and all the exercise, we're all getting a bit hungry.
The Big Billy Boar campground turned out to be the perfect spot for lunch.
The other day we went past the Big Billy Boar campground. We were supposed to camp here, but because we were making good time, we just kept going. We decided to come back to have lunch here today.
Parks organisations can be a useful resource in finding out what's in the area you're travelling to. For this trip, we got the heads up about Big Billy Boar. With the construction of new toilet blocks, improved fireplaces, tables and a picnic area, this central location reduces the impact of remote camping on the forest. FFM Vic have also installed a gas barbecue in the shelter to reduce the need to collect firewood for cooking.
Leaving Big Billy Boar, we headed off to explore Cactus Boar Track, which snakes peacefully westwards, meandering through the low vegetation with a real sense of solitude and remoteness that highlights the vastness of the area. Blissfully soaking up the setting sun, taking in the scenery and enjoying the easygoing conditions, we searched for one last point of interest and hopefully some hint of how Cactus Boar Track got its name.
Our little trip, which was basically just doing a big circuit route around, it included Cactus Boar, which was this magnificent spot. Obviously, as it suggests, there was a water bore there.
2 bits of galvanised pipe coming up in an L shape, obviously would have just filled into a tanker, which originally would have had a bit of a windmill on it. It was still in good nick actually, considering how old it was.
We all read the little plaque down the bottom of the Cactus Boar. Magic spot coming on sunset, so obviously this whole region with its sunsets is just sensational. All piled back into the vehicles and soldiered on, and we pretty well carried on into sunset, well into the dark.
So I finished the afternoon in Cactus Boar Track, which is a beautiful track. The sun was starting to set, it was just amazing coming over the tops of the sand dunes.
An amazing experience going through all the undulating dunes and around in the low brush of what this country is like, lit by headlights and dust just coming in. It was a fantastic experience. It was a bit of a roundabout day to keep ourselves amused, all to get Lucha's car fixed and back on the road.
Made our way back to Murrayville to intercept Mayor B, who brought up an alternator out of Adelaide.
Our good mate Steve shot off for the whole day to go and collect that.
He's back!
I'm back. I come bearing gifts.
I hope it's going to fit.
Unfortunately, the guys in Adelaide that supplied it to us gave us the wrong alternator.
In terms of these fittings, they all look the same. I couldn't recall what the original...
Oh no, it's a twin versus a single. We're screwed. No, we're totally, absolutely noofed.
With one alternator down and an incompatible replacement, I just don't know what we're going to do to get Luch out of here. Unless we can all come up with a solution, this might just be the end of his border track adventure. Wrong alternator, so we're putting the crap alternator back in, hoping it's going to work.